Hey guys, how's it going? I'm outdoors with Maxine Pegasus, my bearded dragon. We are just kind of chilling out here. I feel kind of bad since I've been giving her meds lately, and she just really hates me for it. So I was like, let's get some natural UVB today. You can look at her nice little coloring there. It is like 90 degrees out, so it's not that she's, not warm enough. I just really think this natural lighting, this natural UVB, brings out all these beautiful dark colors of hers, and it just looks really nice. She really perks up out here too. She's been walking around. I keep trying to sort of catch her on camera, but she always stops. Oh. There we go. Let's make sure she doesn't go into full sprint beardy mode, which they will sometimes do. Beardies are really fast when they want to be. Alright guys, but anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about a particular topic today, and that's care guides and care sheets. I've done 2 care guides in the past, one on bearded dragons like Max, and one on Ackie Monitors. I am very proud of them and stuff, but something Ty Park said in my interview with him really stuck with me, and that's that care guides really put animals in this box. Now, for those of you who do this, really hardcorely and have a lot of animals, or really make sure you take care of them how they should be, this really isn't sort of a PSA for you or something like that, but what really stuck with me is that I don't want people using my care guides as basically that box, where this is all they have to do and they're taking care of their animal fine, their bearded dragon, their Ackie Monitor, or whatever. That's all they need to do, because it's not. And I really think it's important to sort of make that differential that care guides are sort of where you should start out. This is a substrate you should use, the heating you should aim for, stuff like that. That's all well and good for the basics, but a lot of what your husbandry is going to be is what you observe from your animal. Now, one of the things I recommend that I've said in private to a few people, but I've never really said in a video that I kind of want to make known now, is I really recommend when you first get an animal, putting them in sort of a temporary enclosure, sort of like a quarantine type setup like you would to make sure they're healthy and stuff. But not only to make sure they're healthy and they have no problems, but to observe their habits. Sort of give a micro adult closure setup, if that makes sense. So you could see how they act in sort of their permanent environment, but in a more confined space. And the advantages of this is that you get to see how, often they poop. That's important. How well formed that poop is, what their eating habits are like, how active they are, and then in the future you can see when something goes wrong. What are they doing different? Are they not as active? Are they spending more time on the cold side? Are they not basking as long? Stuff like that. Is their stool not as well formed? Those are things you'll know if your animal typically has not super well formed stool. That's not super abnormal, but if they always have very well formed stool and then it's just this mud pit, that's an issue. That might be something worth looking into. So you get to observe that if you put your animal in sort of a confined space with a little bit more of ease. Now, I'm not going to say this is something you should do universally across all animals or all reptiles, but I think it's a good idea. I did that with my Tegu. My Tegu was in actually in a 40-gallon breeder until February. Not that I would have put him in there that long, but he went into brumation in there and I didn't want to move him, so he didn't grow in size or anything. It wasn't improper for that, but a lot of people would say to just put a Tegu in an adult enclosure right away, or something of the sorts, but I put him in a 40-gallon and I got to observe a lot from him, and I also got to bond much easier with him, so that also helps as well. It's really hard to track down, for instance, my Ackies, right? It's hard to also just tell when they poop, just it's hard for me maybe. I can never find my Ackies poop, and I always get worried they're not pooping, and they just poop in weird places. I don't know, because if I dig around, I'll eventually find them. Maybe I'm just not catching on, because sometimes they'll also be right in front of me, but just basically when there's so much space, it's hard to really focus in on certain things, and it's not as obvious. Maybe I'm just ditzy or something. I might be, because I do that a lot, but that's just how I think, and it works for me. I know other people are going to have different opinions, but basically what this comes down to is that's how you should be deciding the care of your animal. And another thing that Ty Park said that really stuck with me is that just like humans, all animals, all reptiles, they have different preferences, you know? Some might like it 10 degrees, 5 degrees hotter, some might like it 5 degrees cooler. To illustrate this example, let's head inside to my reptile room and we'll look at my Ackie monitors. They have such a diverse range of behaviors. By the way, I took Max inside. You can see she's not out here at all, so don't think I left her out here. But anyway, they have such a diverse range of behaviors, and very different from each other. They're both females, both the same age, from the same clutch, and they have totally different personalities. So let's take a look, and I can point out a couple things real quick. Here's Asus. Asus is super active and super crazy, while Dell, which is her over here, is so much more timid and relaxed. Now, obviously, Dell's a little bit more thick than Asus, and that's something I'm trying to work on. But even when they were the same size, Dell was super timid, super relaxed. I could pick up Dell and she'll just sit there, where if I pick up Asus, it's like I'm holding a very slippery bar of soap. She has gotten better, but when she does not want to be held, it's impossible. Another thing to note that is different about them is Asus loves running through her water. You can see we changed this water literally yesterday evening, kind of, and it is already filled with dirt. And you can see she basically took that dirt and that water and spread it all over the enclosure, all in her food bowl. She'll just run through it. She doesn't usually do it this much. She kind of had a little bit of a shed going on, so I think that's probably why she was trying to, get off or something. But she does this a lot. Like I said, not as much as today, but she does love the water. While, if we look at Dell's a lovely water and booty. Dell has the cleanest water there is. That looks, I would drink out of that. You know what I mean? Everything is so neat in here. She just keeps everything together, I'll give one last example in terms of basking. Dell does not like to sit directly under the basking bulb. She will sit in her hide on the outskirts like she is now, or on the log, or on top of her little cave there, but never directly in the beam's, sight. So she really likes the outer rim of the bulb and to just kind of lay around there. While we have, Asus over here, and despite her not doing it right this second, she loves to sit just front and center in that bulb, just right in the middle of it on that little platform, the green one. That's where she'll chill, and she'll just do quick little basks, and then go about her day, as opposed to Dell, who will kind of just chill there for a little bit. Basically, what I want to get from this is, what do you guys think? Do you guys think a care guide, doing more care guides, is worth it? Do you think they don't really have a place? My thought right now is I would like to do more care guides in the future, but I kind of want to rename them from a care guide. Sort of be like an introduction or something to a species, and make it pretty well known that this is not all you have to do. That's sort of my thoughts right now. But this has honestly been something that's been sitting with me for some time, because I just don't feel right. I'm not saying, first of all, I'm this huge YouTuber or anything putting information out there. I have 500 subs, which, by the way, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. I'm thinking of some ways to celebrate that, but we'll get to that later. I have 500 subs, and I do have some videos that have almost 10K views, like my Ackie Monitor Care Guide, and, I would say that's pretty significant, at least for me. So, I just want to, if I'm continuing this, and I'm hoping to grow and possibly do this, as a living down the line, I want to do the best I can, and I want to make sure you guys take accurate information out of this and really understand how you take care of your animals. So let me know what you think. I would really appreciate some input on that. And I'm sorry, this is just me talking. I really kind of wanted to have sort of a casual discussion video on this, to get some input from you guys. It really means a lot to me. So if you can give some input, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Next video will be the leopard. Ooh, what did I just say? What did I just say? Oh, try not to spoil it. Hopefully I didn't spoil it there. But we'll be setting up an enclosure for a new reptile here that we're taking in. Hopefully you guys didn't catch on right there. Did I do that on purpose? I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, check that lower right-hand corner, turn on that bell. Thanks, guys. See ya.